Hey guys, this is Booligan with Airsoft Retreat, BooliganAirsoft.com, and Airsoft Insider Magazine. Today we're going to do a very quick educational video, if you will, on how to properly maintain and lubricate your gas blowback pistols. Today the pistol that we're looking at is my very custom Echo 1 Timberwolf that I have modified over the years into sort of a cool looking little tactical pistol doodad thing with the optic mounted on the slide, as is the current cool guy thing to do. The products that we're going to be using, we've got the 3 different types of oil from Murder Oil. These are through JRAK Industries, and they are specially designed for gas blowback, available in 3 different weights: light, medium, and heavy. And we're going to be using these on different parts. We also have some Q-tips just for cleaning, some paper towels also for cleaning. And let's go ahead and dive into this thing. First thing you want to do is always make sure that your magazine is out and that there's nothing in there that's going to cause any problems. Now, with a pistol like this, the easiest way to do it is to lock it back on the slide lock. You pull these little guys forward on each side, so you pull them down and then release, and that'll allow the whole slide to come off the frame. You can also take out the recoil rod. Let's take out the outer barrel, and there you go. We've got it broken down to its major components. Now on mine you can see some bare metal here on the frame rails. I polished those, and they're getting a little grimy. They could probably use another polishing, but we'll save that for another time. The main points that you want to lubricate on a gas-powered pistol are these frame rails, and their location may vary depending on the type of pistol that you're dealing with. The corresponding rails on the slide, you want to lubricate. See, that's a little gritty. We definitely want to get some lubrication in that. In the blowback chamber, and then basically any contact points, anywhere where it rubs up against another part, which can, if it's not properly lubricated, it could cause some problems. So the easiest way for us to do this, for my understanding with Murder Oil, for the heavy, you want to use that on like metal on metal components. So we're going to use that on the frame rail, and we'll use the light for the blowback assembly. The medium is kind of best used as a jack of all trades. Use it if you only have one oil. Use the medium oil, and it doesn't need. You don't really need a lot of oil on parts. Basically, just enough to get a nice little coating, and then you work it in with your finger. There you go. Let's go ahead. Let's put a drop or 2 on the hammer assembly, because that's what recocks the gun, actually the striker assembly, the internal hammer. So the frame we can go ahead and set aside really quick. Let's go ahead. These ones have much longer rails, so we might need a little bit more. Just kind of work it in, make sure that it's properly coated. And for the blowback assembly, I like to do it like this. I pull it forward, just kind of work some in there. Get some on the unit as well, because that's what's going to get it into the rails that it slides on. Much better, much less gritty. I just haven't cleaned this thing in a while, so it got a little bit chunky there. Okay, the other contact points that I want to deal with on this gun, this little ledge right here, which we will use the heavy for, and just a little bit. That was a lot more than I wanted. We'll just coat the whole barrel. Mainly you want right there, but basically anywhere metal rubs on metal, it's not a bad idea to give a quick lubing. Wipe off some of the excess here, and we should be good to get this thing put back together. Now, a quick word on magazines. Oh, that goes back in. Forget how this thing goes. Timberwolf has that little insert there. Easiest way to insert the spring guide on this one is to extend about that much, slide it in, there you go. That way you're not futzing around with that spring. Just make sure that it properly gets set inside here. And then reassemble, slide it back on a couple times. You're probably going to get, if you put a whole ton of lube on it, you're probably going to get some excess lube coming out the sides. Just give that a quick wipe, and you're in business. Now for the magazine, depending on if you're using green gas or propane, you're going to lubricate it in different ways. What I like to do is I like to just get a little bit of lube, put just a tiny bit, drop here on this, especially if you're going to be storing it for a while. That way it'll keep that rubber valve nice and soaked with oil, which you want. In addition, you can put a few drops, push the valve open, and just put maybe a drop or two actually in the hole, and then kind of work that valve a little bit with your finger. That way you're ensuring to get some in the valve itself. Now, if you're using green gas, that's pre-lubricated. You don't need to lubricate it anymore. But if you're using propane, propane is a dry gas, so you need to take a little bit of lube, use the light in this case. You want a very light viscosity, and just put every 5 or 6 mags or so, just drop a few drops onto the fill valve here on the bottom, and then when you fill it up with the propane, it'll force that into the actual gas chamber. And that way it'll keep all the internal seals and that valve properly lubricated and ready to go. Other than that, there are some guides that say to lubricate this. I don't like to, because it can transfer to your BBs and it can mess up your hop-up effect and your accuracy. Just clean it out if it gets dirt in it, and just make sure that it slides smoothly. That's the key point, and that it doesn't bind up. But yeah, so I mean, there you have it. It's really not too hard to maintain a gas-powered pistol. You just want to make sure that you're lubricating the key points using the right lubricants, and you're good to go. Lubricants, make sure that anything that has to do with rubber or plastic, anything with air seals or O-rings, make sure that you are using pure silicone oil. That's what murder oil is. It's pure silicone, and then the weights are formulated for different components. What you don't want to use, like white lithium grease. White lithium grease is good for metal on metal, but if it's anything that is going to have plastic, it is not what you want to use. Anything with plastic or rubber, it will most likely eat it away, and that will obviously cause you problems. So there you go, a quick video on how to quickly and easily maintain your gas-powered and your gas-powered pistol and make sure that it shoots properly. Just be sure to do this if you notice that your gun's running a little sluggish, if it's gritty, and maybe every game or two, it's quick and easy. Just strip it and add some lube to the key points, and you're good to go. Be sure to check out all of my videos on Airsoft Retreat, Booligan Airsoft, all of my reviews, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.